Welcome to Neural Pulse Lab. Today's question sounds familiar, almost tired even. Can artificial intelligence be creative? But that question hides a deeper assumption. It assumes creativity is a single thing, a trait you either have or don't. In reality, creativity is a system, a process, a set of behaviors shaped by constraints, memory, culture, and feedback. So instead of asking whether AI is creative like humans, today we'll ask a quieter question. What does science actually say about creativity, and where does AI fit inside that picture? Creativity is often treated as mysterious, an almost magical spark. But psychology and neuroscience describe it differently. Creativity emerges from three interacting processes: pattern recognition, variation and recombination, and evaluation and selection. Humans don't create from nothing. They remix what they've seen, felt, and learned. Even our most original ideas are built on accumulated experience and cultural memory. From a scientific perspective, creativity is not spontaneity. It is structured exploration. This framing matters because it's exactly where AI enters the picture. For most of history, tools amplified execution, not ideation. A paintbrush extended the hand. A camera extended the eye. A computer extended calculation. But decision-making, what to express, how to express it, why it matters, remained human. Early AI followed the same pattern: rule-based systems, expert systems, strict instructions with no flexibility. They were powerful but brittle, unable to generalize, unable to surprise. The turning point wasn't intelligence, it was scale. Large models trained on vast cultural datasets began capturing statistical structure across language, images, music, and code. Not meaning, not intention, but patterns of possibility. And that changed how creative work could begin. The shift isn't that AI became creative. The shift is that AI now participates earlier in the creative process. Instead of executing decisions, it generates options. Drafts, variations, alternatives. This matters because creativity, scientifically speaking, is largely about exploration before commitment. AI accelerates that exploration, not by understanding beauty or meaning, but by navigating large possibility spaces efficiently. At the same time, incentives changed. Creative work became faster, cheaper, more ideas, expecting refinement through interaction rather than perfection up front. That's a subtle shift, but a profound one. AI does not imagine in the human sense. It does not feel tension. It does not experience uncertainty. It does not care whether something matters. What it does exceptionally well is model probability distributions over creative space. It predicts what could plausibly exist based on what already has. That makes AI strong at stylistic imitation, structural coherence, rapid variation, and pattern completion. And weak at intentional originality, contextual meaning, value judgment, and cultural responsibility. Science doesn't say AI replaces creativity. It says AI reshapes where creativity happens. The most important effects aren't about output quality, they're about who participates. When creative effort decreases, entry barriers fall. More people experiment, more ideas surface, more drafts exist. But abundance introduces a new problem: selection. When everything is easy to generate, deciding what should exist becomes harder. This quietly shifts creative power from execution to judgment, taste, context, curation. AI does not eliminate human creativity. It raises the cost of poor judgment. One common narrative is that AI copies creativity, but copying implies intent. AI performs statistical inference, not plagiarism. A Another misconception is that AI output reflects understanding. Fluency is not comprehension. Coherence is not meaning. Perhaps the most dangerous myth is that speed equals progress. Faster creation can just as easily amplify noise as insight. Science reminds us that creativity is not just generation, it is restraint. This moment confirms something important. Technology doesn't replace human systems, it reorganizes them. AI moves creative labor from making to deciding, from production to interpretation, from execution to responsibility. That shift is subtle. It won't feel dramatic day to day. But over time, it quietly changes what society values. So what does science say about AI versus human creativity? It says they are not competitors. They occupy different layers of the same system. AI expands the space of possibilities. Humans decide which ones matter. The risk isn't that machines become creative. The risk is forgetting that meaning was never automatic.